Alright, what's up? Welcome back to User League. I know this is a weird time. I'm usually not streaming during the day. It's a celebration. So, just taking a peek here. These are the current standings. 5-3, 6-3. Bunch of critical games happening. Doomlords, Mammoths are basically out, so the other side is pretty much decided, but we'll play a couple games today. Blizzard Tigers, and you have Jobcats Killers, so Jobcats fighting for their lives here. We're going to start with Storm, who started the season 0-3 and are now basically leading the way. And we're not playing in the rain. I absolutely will not do that to you guys. I'm not going to do it to myself. Get me out. Yeah, my cat, he doesn't want to play in the rain either. What's up, boy? You saw how broken the logic is and you can't do it again? Yeah, same. And it's raining. It's gonna make me play through one of these rain games. I'm not doing it. I absolutely refuse. Get me back to the main menu and we're gonna try it again. Play. Week 9. Spectate. Okay, I don't hear rain. That's good. Finally. Alright, we finally got it to a point where it's not going to be a rain game or a snow game. Not doing that until the logic's fixed, which we don't know when that's going to be fixed. Why would they tell us that? Sorry, I'm a little worked up. I went to Target and there's no Pokemon cards. I'm a little salty right now. All day in the pocket. Are you kidding?
Second down.
I think first down. Alright, so I want to see the Storm offense in action. I haven't watched them for a few games. Looks like they're really getting it together on both sides of the ball. I would like to see, again, it doesn't look like the AI on any of these teams is utilizing their number 1 receivers, these elite killers that I've made. 84 just running through tackles. Pretty sure he just ran through 2 tacklers. Also, my cats are just, I guess, doing gymnastics now all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. It's like their superpowers are coming out. Incomplete. That was interesting. There's just some times with, like, some of the ball physics and things, I'm not quite sure. 1, 2, and it gets punched out. Okay. Nice wide open receiver. 38's up the field. Breaks the tackle. I think the Tigers have a playoff spot sealed, but they're playing for seeding right now. The Storm are still battling to stay ahead of the Dark Tigers. I believe they're going to be tied with them if they win. Oh. Big sack off the edge for the Tigers here. Guys, what are we doing? These are the kind of throws I was hoping I would see more out of this quarterback. Good pocket built in the gap of the zone here. Of course, it errors out if you pause it and try to go into replay on a black screen. So good pocket built, 64, 70, whatever over here working together. You have your cover 2 corner. I'd like to see him, be a little bit more active and not as much as the EA drone corners. You have your triangle built, you have your wall up there, 2 crossers kind of run themselves open, the safety's too deep. But like I said, I'd like to see these DBs, in the zone stuff, press and then kind of get downfield a little bit more, especially against some of these crossers. Just walks that in. Okay, so the Storm do have a competent enough kicker to make that. All right. I think the ratings are very weird in this game. Looks like most of the other positions are still relatively okay. A 70 to 80 overall kicker in this game is borderline not usable. They essentially can barely make extra points. So I don't know if that's like in the 70, 80 kick power range or what that is, but let's see if the Tigers offense has an answer here. Big run, first down. Been breaking down a lot of footage from some of these games, and I'm getting some really interesting results. I like a lot of what I see. I hate a lot of what I see. So, just sort of fine-tune some of these nuances in this game to kind of make it just play better all the time.
That's third down.
Stupid screen, which is going to go big. Paxton on his first catch of the game. I thought Paxton would be one of the better receivers yardage-wise in the league, and he's barely like top 20. I don't know how this game does its logic with the AI, but man, it is all over the place sometimes. The ball 13 is upfield near. Okay, he does get a first down. So we have one more week of regular season. There are 2 teams basically eliminated at this point, so I'm not even going to waste my time kind of going over them. The one division still has everybody is almost at 500 or better. And then you have the Gold Tigers and the... Shit, who was it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember the other team. Berserks, maybe? I don't remember. Those 2 teams are essentially in because the Doom Lords and the Mammoth are 2 3-win teams, so they're not gonna even have a shot.
Third down.
Paxton on another screen catch. It would be nice to see them utilize him in the downfield passing game.
First down.
Here we go. Set.
Storm are a weird team. I literally made them to be like an elite title contender offensively, and they're finally starting to click. He almost one-handed that.
Number 2. Second down.
3-0-1. Set.
Weird variant of a 3-4 defense here.
14 yards gained on the run.
Just a bunch of stuff. I'm starting to see, especially from like these AI games, how much of an issue the linebacking play is. I didn't realize it was in the state of disarray that it's in, but the linebackers essentially cannot move side to side. They only move north and south, so they basically run themselves into suction tackles. And
12 yards. Gain
even
on the
with
run
the
by number
lowered blocking ratings, they still cannot survive
number 38.
and get off
Tackled by
tackles
number
basically
34.
at all.
First down.
Let's
What
go
a
get this
start
one.
to this game. 2 long drives by both teams. Tigers cannot afford to turn the ball over here.
2 yards gained on the run by number 35. Number 34 with the tackle. Second down.
Tighten. Tighten. Cut. Go, go, go.
The play action sacked.
Tackled by number 23.
Pretty sure that was an all-out blitz.
Third down.
Get ready, get ready.
Now they're going to sit in coverage, it looks like.
Cut. Watch
Ooh, they sent 5. Quick throw, and it's batted down. So we'll see the Gold Tigers hopefully take a field goal here. Good play by the safety. That is one thing I've gotten much better play out of, is the safety position with the ratings adjusted. A ton of them had no acceleration for some reason. Like, they could barely move, so I had to crank that up for a ton of them.
Number 31 with the tackle.
Really spread that line out. Right to a pick. Big play here. Get to the sideline. 56, go.
Picked out by number 56.
What a swing. Tigers defense is sneaky good sometimes. Good coverage by the linebacker.
Let's go, get this one.
Really shitty mistake there by an elite quarterback by this game's metrics. He falls in. I thought he scored.
By number 35. Number 29 with the tackle. Second down.
Let's go, get this one. Hey, come on.
Touchdown by number 35.
Thought that was going to get blown up in the backfield. Looked like they basically had a guy kind of free run, but he overran the play. Another thing I'd really like to see them kind of get into is adding a few more run types. So basically right now you have essentially 3 run plays in the game. You have a head up, block who's in front of you, just basic run gap scheme, and then you have a pulling guard, and then you have pitch play. By run variations, I'd like to see them add like a zone block left, right, that kind of thing. Maybe some sort of offense where you could like hold the tight end to lead block instead of it always being a guard. Maybe get some duo blocking in where you would have 2 or 3 double teams up front that would then turn into second level blockers if they executed it well enough. But also then you would have to have a ton more different defensive line variations as far as like how they're defeating blocks and reacting to things. Like right now, if you're double teamed, you're essentially you have no chance of making a play at all. Even if you're single blocked, a lot of these guys, it takes them 2 or 3 seconds to hit an animation where they're able to disengage properly, like swim move and get to the backfield. Even with the rating skewed for the defensive line here, it's still very difficult to see them get off a block right away and make a play. Like right here is just a head up block. And everyone's able to get to the second level untouched. I'm not really a big fan of these football games with like these skill trait badges, weapon type things. Like the current, like, college football has like all these different, like, I don't know what they're called, like attributes or something like that. Oh, big run, springs them free. Like how well they react on the road, their, you know, agility, their stiff arm, like the pursuit and stuff. All these different factors take place, and I do think it makes the players feel a little bit different. I think my thing is, like, with how they would handle something like that, it wouldn't trigger some sort of X factor like Madden, where all of a sudden you could throw 20 more yards, or you're like, you shouldn't get Superman level abilities because of certain actions on the field. But I think it would be cool to have like a quarterback system. Like, there's already certain traits built into the game. At least that's sort of like their play styles. Like, online you have like the gunslinger, you have the little threat, you have the pocket passer. There's a couple different MPL type cards you can get. I wish they would sort of maybe give the offline players a little bit of a personality if they fit those roles, where like the gunslinger would like take risk, the pocket passer would be more prone to be, you know, wouldn't run at all. A dual threat guy would be more prone to get out of the pocket or do those kind of things. Big lob pass. I think it's incomplete. Running through the water coolers. Okay, they gave him that play. I didn't think that was complete. This is going to be a huge blitz here, so this would be a play where I'd like to see the AI audible and get into a pass play and not just eat a run. Maybe the higher IQ quarterbacks could do that, like the Storms quarterback, but currently they can't do these things. Good pocket, good ball.
Tackle made by number 20 on the defense.
It's interesting to see a really bad play, and then you go to a play like this that's just really awesome to see and really realistic. Get a big blitz, 5-man pressure. Offensive line does a good job of picking that up. Over here, it's a little bit more chaotic, but they sort it out. They get a nice double team there. You get a bunch set that's basically finding the zone. They're able to find that, get loose through the zone. You see the DB try to make a play on the ball, misses. And then the play before that is just, they know it's an all-out blitz, and they just run straight into it and just eat a loss. It's just kind of stupid. I don't understand it to an extent. I wish, and again, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how difficult it is to make logic, especially for 22 on-field assets. I assume it's just borderline fucking insane. Like, at best, it's got to be very difficult, you know. But I don't see, and again, here comes the clock ticking. You're celebrating. Take a timeout. I don't know why they're not. Take a timeout, and here's where you kick your field goal. But they're going to go for it and run the ball up the middle and not do anything with it. So I guarantee you they're not going to kick a field goal here. I've seen it all season. The logic doesn't want a field goal. Yeah, they're just going to run it again or something. I don't understand, but I can't even get mad at this anymore just because I've seen it so many times. Like, it's just so stupid to me that they wouldn't take a field goal there. But what I was saying about the logic is, like, there are just certain times where, like, pre-snap, the AI has no concept of, like, getting into position or fixing their alignments or doing certain things to strategically give them not just an advantage, but to not be at a disadvantage. I think that it would be interesting to have, like, if you had a stacked box, the lower IQ quarterbacks wouldn't audible, but the higher ones would maybe even just split the run play or do something that would kind of put them in a little bit better position to where, like, the super elites of the game, which unfortunately right now is, there's too many of those, would audible and get into, like, not only get the protection set and put the linebackers, like the tight ends to the side with the more efficient pass rushers, and flip the running back to, like, help pick up overload sides and stuff like that, but get them into an efficient passing play, or use motion to understand what type of defense that they might see. I don't want it to be like Skynet levels, but oh my god, I want it to be a little bit more competitive. I still feel like the gridiron difficulty is still a bit too easy. The AI essentially in this game doesn't cheat to win, but there's so many good players that it's difficult to stop them. So what happens is you get into a ton of these shootout games, even with the slider set. It's just difficult to get into any sort of positions where the defense has any sort of advantage at any point. That's what's kind of frustrating. Also, like, you know, every running back breaks like 7 or 8 tackles every play, so it's just difficult to make the game realistic in that sense, which is sort of why I've stopped playing and I've just kind of done these CPU simulations to kind of show situations with the ratings and how it affects things. Very wide defensive line set here. Not quite sure what that was. They had like 2 standing linebacker defensive ends or something. I don't know. So instead of getting a field goal before the half, the Tigers choose to be down 4. And they ran it on like 1st and 20. Don't understand that. I'm not sure though. Like there's got to be some sort of announcement here soon. There's no way logically that they would let 2 full months of silence happen before they give us something. Ooh, big kick, Kenny. Okay, he did. Puts him up by a touchdown. What a play. Like I was saying, like, just from a player-based standpoint, if you're going to keep us in the cold this long, you'd almost have to do something to, like, re-kick off this game from scratch. And you would have to release some sort of marketing that would almost be like, Maximum Football is back for 2026, version 2.0 or something that would kind of not just make people think this is a slight update to what they've already played and all of the issues that they've experienced and things. So I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of guesses of what could happen here, and he throws a fucking interception. Good grief. Storm defense is just clamping up.
Interception by number 55.
It's also frustrating. I'm like not bedridden right now, but I'm also. Oh my God! They get it right back. The DBs or the AI has so much trouble with this throw, and all it is just a go ball. For some reason, the AI can't throw it here to lead the player. It's always like this weird underthrown pass, and it's always on a straight line. So I'm also asking the question, does the AI not have the ability to do a lob pass downfield? Because I've thrown this ball dozens of times as a user, and I'm always capable of putting it out here so that the receiver can run and get it. The AI cannot do that. And again, cool if I get an interception, but like, not cool that I keep getting them when I'm burnt, and the game should benefit from my player not being in position, and it just can't.
Incomplete pass by QB number 2.
I might also, for next season, have to crank up the catching just a tad, because these guys drop a lot of passes, and I think it's because I've severely handicapped them too much. Right up the middle. Stares that blitz in the face, delivers a bullet in the clutch. The Gold Tiger quarterback is only like an 84, 85 overall. And man, it just shows you do not need to overrate all these players to get good play out of them.
3, 0, 1, set.
Again, he just can't throw the ball over the defense. It's just a simple tap of the button. I don't think the AI quarterbacks can do that.
Second down.
Get ready.
Tiger Boys getting back to that run game.
Number 35. Tackled by number 29. Third down.
So I'm going to do the week 10 later this week, and I'm probably going to start playoffs. Now for the playoffs, I'm going to try to figure out when would be the best time to do it to get, the most eyes on these games. So I don't plan on being super active in Discord just because there's no reason to. It just seems like everyone is just reiterating the same 6 or 7, dozen issues. Clearly they're seeing it, but they're not. I guess I'm just sort of sick of them just talking into the void. But I would like to share a link to those games because I feel like they're going to be a little bit more important. And also, I've been cranking out a ton of videos lately. I've just had the itch to really hunker down and make some content regarding some of the issues and suggestions that I have for the game. I, again, just could be speaking that into a black hole and it'll never be seen, but I want this game to be good, and it just sucks that it doesn't feel like we're getting that respect from the developers. Like they're sort of just at a point where they're just content with what it is, like every other sports game on the market. I've already been seeing a ton of people bitching that MLB The Show just doesn't look different. And what's terrible about that is, like, it's such a good game. Gameplay-wise, it's been so good for so long that even when you make a good sports game year to year without major changes, people will complain, and rightfully so. If that's the case, these sports games should be fucking releasing every year and getting another $70, $80 out of people. Man, what a boot. That's a clutch kick right there. It's a two score game now. But I just think from the world of where we live in, as far as like sports games and not just that, like most video games, if they made a Gran Turismo every single year, how much could change? Like, this isn't the PS1 anymore, where the development cycles for these games could be a few months. And like, Twisted Metal 3 is the most infamous story that I can remember and kind of know the most about. That game as a kid came out during Christmas, and I remember Sony basically only gave 99 Studios, like, I think it was legitimately like 6 or 7 months or something like that to make that full game. They had to make a full game engine, essentially create all these new characters, build all these levels, test it, get it out the door before the holiday season, because that's what Sony demanded. And the game kind of sucked, and it has a charm to it, but at the same time, it was nowhere near as good as the other games in the series at that point. It's just that's what this feels like from a sports game perspective. Like, if there was a new Street Fighter every single year, you wouldn't care after a while. And I think we're just getting to that point. For some reason, all the sports gamers keep buying these games every year. So until they stop supporting this stuff, it won't change. The only thing these giant companies listen to is your fucking dollar bill. Otherwise, they don't care. It's all corporate jargon. There's zero care. That they don't look at us as consumers. They look at us as dollar bills. So until we stop giving them our money, it will never change. But the sports gamer has been indoctrined since, the beginning of sports video gaming, that each year you have to get, the new Madden. Then they just ran this. Oh my word. And he fumbled. That's the season for them, maybe. If he's scooping scores here, this is just, it's dunzos. And he gets in. And he's dead. His arm is completely out of socket. Can't see who that is. Is that Paxton? Man, the Gold Tiger receiving core is just absolutely decimated. First Steele went down a week or two ago with a knee injury. He is their 95 overall Megatron. They barely gave the ball to, and now Paxton's down. Paxton was an absolute monster in the game that Steele went down. These turnovers have really blown this game open. It went from being a good game to this absolute nightmare scenario for the Gold Tigers here, which they're still going to probably make playoffs if I understand the seedings correctly. So for franchise, I only have 8 teams here, and just divided them randomly into 2 conferences or whatever, and I think it's the top 2 from each. But if it's not, then why would you have 2, even make a conference? Why not just be like all 8 teams just competing? Another just disgustingly terrible decision.
Second down.
Flag 6-3. Hey. Hold your gap. Off the line.
Into the sack. Just adorable. Gold Tigers are falling harder than fucking crypto right now. My god, is it hemorrhaging. Sits in the pocket, checks it down again. Gold Tigers QB's about to just be the Jalen Hurts of this. Just does nothing but throw these soft little checkdowns. Won't throw any contested balls. Underthrows it. Can't hit his guys. And he threw it away. He threw it away on 4th and 9. That is just the dumbest shit. Every week, there's something the AI does where I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen him do. We have a new competitor entering the ring for the dumbest decision of franchise so far. Throwing the ball away on 4th and 9 might just... That's so insane. These plays here, I don't even know what's going on. Like, there's something broke with the pulling guard runs on some of these. I don't know if it's the alignment by the defense, if it's right over top of the center. It's like they can't figure out how to properly block that up or something. I don't know. The Tigers are going to take timeouts because, yeah, that's just, it's the time to do that right now.
Timeout called by the defense.
This Storm kicker, I must have turned him into an absolute monster. He's...
The field goal is no good. No score.
Let's go. Get this one.
Another little check down. Better be careful with the ball down by 17 points. Make sure now you take care of it, okay? Oh, we got the big run game going now. Look at that. Amazing. Yeah, he's pumped up. I do find it weird, too, that, like, some of these... I've been seeing a lot of talk. I'd like to see something where you could set, like... I don't want to say, like, bicep size, but, like... I don't know if you guys ever seen, like, D1 athletes. Some of these dudes are shredded, and I just don't get that from the maximum body type. Nice little check down throws. So next we're going to have the Killers versus the Jobcats. The Killers are looking to take control of the division and get a 1 seed. Tommy Scrambles is leading his team against one of the other MVP candidates, CJ2K, the running back for the Bobcats, who's second in the league in rushing behind Berserk's running back again. I found that they do have stats in the franchise mode. If you're interested, and he throws a fucking pick. Good God. Gold Tigers quarterback is just ass this game. I don't know what is happening. But we have to give some credit here to the Storm. This is a team that started 0-3, and I was assuming they were just going to get their asses whipped every week, and I gave them huge weapons on the edge. They have the best receiving core. I gave them the best quarterback. A suitable, not a great defense, but man, they are clamping these good offenses up. Just what a turnaround. We'll see what they say after the game. I love reading the little tweets or whatever it is that they simulate in the franchise mode. They're actually kind of funny and interesting, some of them. Should be one more knee and this should be done. They don't even need to snap the ball. But again, the AI doesn't realize that, so it will snap the ball and punt with 0 on the clock and give the other team a chance to return, or they'll kick a field goal with 3 seconds left. It's just weird stuff like that like, yeah, they of course snapped it. Didn't need to, but there it is.
The final score is home team 10, away team 27.
I don't know who trademarked that logo, and I'm sorry for using it. I just needed a random kind of green logo to break up the color monotony. I have a lot of yellow in this franchise. Not a lot of offense out of the either team here. That damn turnover ratio just absolutely murdered the Tigers. They have no chance. Let's go look real quick standings wise now. The Killers are basically, they're leading. I think that if they beat the Jobcats here, the game is essentially, or they seal first seed. At this point, you have Berserk, Storm. I think if the Jobcats lose, they're basically out. They can't lose another game. But Killers, Jobcats, a lot on the line here for these teams. And it's raining. Get me the fuck out.
The away team wins the toss.
That's funny. Yeah. Bear with me here. I'm gonna get this a nice sunny day because we are not dealing with screens on screens. I absolutely refuse. I don't hear anything. Okay, there it is. Look at that beautiful day. Beautiful day for the River Killers home crowd to come out and support their team. Jobcats here are just shit. I don't understand how they're so good. They keep winning. Win here today keeps their playoff chances alive, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Tommy Scrambles coming out to lead his team here on offense. Built this guy to be a monster running the ball and scrambling around, which he just doesn't do. And the Jobcat defense just murdering people. I don't get it. The Jobcats also have a receiver here on their roster that is one of the leaders yardage-wise in the league and receiving-wise. I don't get how. And he almost got to the edge there. This guy's pretty fast. He's 48. I don't remember much about the Killers offense other than the quarterback, so bear with me, but yeah, he tried to take off and got sacked. Look at this. What a stand by the Jobcats. They're here. They're very serious about this game, it looks like. He wanted to take off and just got caught up inside of the A gaps there. Big punt to start the game. River go 3 and out. Jobcats will take it and have really good field position here for their first drive of the game. Sold at quarterback because he was used to selling on your boy. Play action. Terrible throw. It's just caught. He about sold that throw. Just feed this man the ball. Just feed this guy the ball. 15-yard carry first play. Pulling guards are really struggling there the past couple of weeks. I don't know if the code is getting worse. The logic is getting worse somehow. 2K on the catch.
Tackle made by number 11 on the defense. First down.
We're ready. We're ready.
That's just the game plan. Simple. Feed fucking CJ2K. That's basically what the Jobcats do every week. I think they're literally winning games because of how overpowered the running back position still is in this game. There he is in the flat. He's up the sideline and he's in there. Another touchdown for one of your yardage leaders and one of the MVP candidates. CJ2K. He puts the Jobcats up. 7-0 here. You can never tell if the field goal is going to go through because the game is very inconsistent with the AI kicking extra points. Why, you ask? I don't know.
Number 26 with the tackle.
One thing about the Killers offense is they always start slow, I've noticed, and then they basically just pick it up in the second half of the games. I don't know why they're like that.
2 yards gained on the run. Tackle made by number 54 on the second down.
280, son.
Boy's House standing straight up and down on his ass. I don't know what's going on. 48 taken off. Stiff arm, and he almost gets the edge again. 48 guys really popping out. I don't know if he's a guy I created or some sort of like free agent or something. I don't know what's going on. They're just going to feed him the rock, but he's stuck there. Man, this Jugcat's defense is just stingy. There's no real standouts. I think everybody's a 75, like a 70 rated player on their defense. I just don't get how they're so good consistently. 27's getting upfield, shakes a couple tackles. After one, the old Jobcats are getting it done.
End of the first down.
Heavy formation scrambles is coming out with 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. And they're just gonna feed 48 here. That seems to be the game plan.
Stopped short by number 66.
It is funny because there were some guys I did create that ended up hitting free agency, and some of the other teams ended up picking them up. Again, being the major focal point of that. He picked 6. No way Scrambles just sold on his team like that. The fucking Jobcats. He's out of stamina. He couldn't get there. Oh no, he's just a flat defender. Look at that play. I mean, there is defense in this game if the ratings are fixed. What do you do here besides pound it with CJ? Give him the pitch, he gets the edge, and he's in there. This man, undeniable at the goal line. Good play call too. You actually had a goal line defense from the Killers there, and they pitch to the weak point. All the River had to do is win this game, and I think they confirm, or like basically just have the #1 seed locked up. The Jobcats are still playing for their lives here. If they win, they go to 5 wins, which I don't know how the seeding and tiebreak head-to-head stuff goes, but they do have a win over the Dark Tigers earlier this season. The 2 teams that are sitting in their spots are already at 6 wins. So I have to see who plays who in week 10. A lot of drama coming. Play action. Scrambles. Throws all. Oh my gosh, I thought that was another pick. He is just getting swarmed in the pocket. Oh man. If 15 was an actual decent player and not some 70 overall scag bum, that's probably another house call. I've not seen these guys struggle like this. This is so wild. This Jobcat defense, which is garbage, by the way. I need to keep reiterating that. They are terrible. Pitching a shutout. First down. Every first down they get is just they barely claw it across the line.
First down.
48 gets both feet in, and I guess stayed in bounds. All right. Some of these sideline catches, I got a question. I don't think they're working, but the game logic is like counting it for some reason. They need to add a couple of pro-style deep drag catches to help with some of that stuff. Which, you know, I'm praying and hoping and wishing that once they do announce an update, they announce a new animation suite, maybe some gang tackles. He almost threw it into another pick. Scrambles here is just struggling. And he's sacked. This is astounding to watch. The Jobcats are literally whooping the shit out of these guys. 3rd and 18. I don't know what the call is here defensively. I just let them catch it and rally and tackle, but Scrambles drop on the sideline. Wasn't even close to a first down, so maybe it's the Christmas ball is bad luck. We need to get rid of that ASAP. I'm sick of the Christmas ball. February, and I have to watch them play with the Santa Claus Nerf ball here. It's like the Jobcats are going to take over. Have a chance to go up 3 scores here on this drive. I just keep feeding a running back. The dude's just an absolute monster. There it is. Pitch play, and he's stuffed. It's going to take us to halftime. See what they do coming out. You got to get a little bit of pass game going at some point if you're the Jobcats.
Number 28 with a 0-yard loss on the run.
Stuff them again here. You get a stop, you get a timeout, maybe you get the ball back, and you can kind of get a drive going here, but Sold is sacked. No timeout. Brilliant by the AI. Good blitz there by the AI. You just tick this down because the stupid fucking AI didn't call a timeout. The punt and punt returning needs so much care. It just doesn't look like football. It's such a weird. Never mind. Scrambles. Taken off. Using the legs, and he fucking slides. What? And there's no timeout. This is the worst clock management I've ever seen. And a handoff. And the Jobcats send an all-out blitz right to the handoff side. No timeout, by the way. We're probably going to get... Quick snap, drag route. We're going to get a first down, spin move, and no timeout. You only have 3 of them left, but, you know, let's just not use them. Fucking AI. And they're just going to not get points here. And they run it. No, oh my word. So this is back-to-back games where the AI just doesn't get points before halftime. Because 1, they don't use the 3 timeouts they have. 2, they don't take a field goal. They fucking run it. It's not even a shot to the end zone. They just do a basic zone run play to the outside. Just insane, but we know the River second half team, so.
Number 28 with the tackle.
It's the type of game where, like, you know, Sold could throw you a really bad pick, put you in a bad spot, but if you just keep pounding the ball with 2K, man, it's just things work out. Sold downfield, almost throws that interception. Those deep balls like that are always underthrown. I don't get it. Even the elite quarterbacks in the franchise cannot make that throw. Sold with the wide open throw. The coverage breaks down. He was not past the first down mark, or the line to gain. Let's see about that. I mean, what the fuck happened back here? Oh, so this thing happens in this game where, for no reason at all, these zone defenders will just disband their zone and blitz the quarterback. And then this happens. Wide open dude just stands there. Again, I don't understand the logic. I don't get it.
Number 28 with a 3-yard loss on the run. That will bring us to second down.
The 2-minute offense is just in disarray right now. It's so atrocious. I cover this in almost every single one of these videos I stream of this game. They get down to the nitty-gritty of like 30 seconds left on the clock, and they'll just do a fullback dive, let the clock tick down to like 2 or 3 seconds, run another run play when they're clearly in field goal range. But yeah, I agree. Like, there's a ton of basic football that needs to be fixed. And what pisses me off the most, and that this is just me, like, my personal feelings about the game, it's at that fringe part of development and efficiency where, like, what a pass, and he just drops it. It's at a point where this game you could see those glimpses of what it could be in a year. And I'm not saying it's going to be the next 2K5 or something. I legitimately think there are a few changes away from this game being better than, like, current, like, I would say PS3 360 Madden.
Number 24 with the pass deflection on the play.
Like, if this game fleshes out its issues with its modes, people love MPL, but it's just unplayable right now because of the pitch spam, which it's not skill, it's just taking advantage of broken game logic. That might put this game away at this point, the way the River offense is playing. So, I'm rooting for the Jobcats just because I love watching this running back. He's playing behind the worst offensive line and maybe the worst offense and defense in this franchise, but he's single-handedly winning them games. If he gets injured, I mean, this team is completely fucking done. There's no chance. Let's see if Scrambles can come out here and make some plays with his legs. It's like he's actively avoiding being a good quarterback for some reason. Number 18's been a solid receiver for them too in most of these games.
Now second down.
Hey, listen up, listen up.
Here comes this stupid screen.
Number 13. With the catch
Speaking
on
of
the play.
screens, I'd like to see them add a couple more variants, like a halfback screen or something that's not just that same one.
Incomplete pass by QB number 7. Fourth down.
And they're punting. There's no fake punt either, so you know 100% that it's a punt every time they come out in punt formation. I don't want fake punt abuse, but it's got to exist just to give you the threat that it could happen. And he fumbles. Luckily his boy's on it. The offensive line gets that back. That was almost the turning point right there for the River. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm rooting personally. I can deal with some graphical issues or some things like that if they continue to tune gameplay. But I also think the modes themselves, just from a functional standpoint, need to be addressed almost equally as like that to me is almost like equally important. Right as the franchise mode dropped, I actually paid for it, and it just doesn't work. It always breaks about 3 or 4 weeks in. I've gotten extremely lucky here with this franchise. I don't know how it's not breaking. I don't know if it's because it's just I'm playing CPU games. I don't understand. But the past two I've had where I've basically tried user playing, they immediately break, and it just kicks me out. There's hours of game time lost. I just don't feel like redoing. So I'm waiting for them to fix it and have a confirmation of that. I'd also like to be able to import my draft class, which also doesn't work. That was sort of a huge selling point for me, to have a college and pro experience all in one game. Again, it just doesn't work. Oh no, oh, he fumbled twice. It's interesting he stepped up in the pocket and the ball sort of just got knocked out. Just run the ball, Jobcats. Another fucking screen, and that should have been a pick six. Oh my word. This is just not like the River just have zero luck right now. It's absolutely everything's working against them. There you go, a nice safe run, and it gets you a first down. I don't know. I just think their next update has to be not just good. It has to be an absolute home run. I would personally think that, like, if I'm gonna make my fan base wait this long, I would almost have to do some sort of update that's not only gonna win them back, but it's gotta get all the people that I've soured my gameplay relationships with. I think it's gotta be something big, like Maximum Football 26 kickoff with officially going into 2.0, something huge and monumental, just to basically try to separate itself from what this current state of the game is. Look at the cuts. 2K is unstoppable. Look at this fucking monster. 24-0. The Jobcats. Domination. These guys right now are like the Houston Texans of this game. You don't want to play them going into playoffs, and he missed it. 23-0. Except their quarterback's actually playing a little bit better. He's not turning the ball over 7 times a game. The running game is just unstoppable. After this game, I'm going to kind of cover the playoff scenarios to see who's in and out. Right now, we know the Mammoth, the Doom Lords are 100% eliminated. And a rocket downfield. He finally gets a completion down the field, and it looks like he's going to score here. River on the board with not enough time left to really mount a comeback here. What a pass. This is the kind of stuff that should be happening all game. I don't know why the AI, when it gets to the fourth quarter, starts throwing some actual good passes. I don't get why the game makes them wait. It's like they're on fucking timeout.
The point after a kick is good.
And no onside kick here. Also wild.
Number 22 with the tackle. Number 28 with a 1-yard loss on the run. Stopped short, second down.
Just keep it going. Just run the clock down. And there's that insta-sack thing. I don't know why that keeps happening. It's that pulling guard play. There's something about it, like a what is that, a 1 technique when you're over top of the nose, or 0 tech? I don't know. Smartly run the ball and punt. There you go. I guess he just lost 100 yards on that play. That's wild.
Timeout called by the defense. Number 40 with the tackle.
And the River need to air it out here. They're probably going to do a bunch of stupid run plays. Oh, check it down. Yep, just make sure you take the nice safe throw.
Timeout, second down.
Dropped it. Alright, I probably need to crank the catching up for the AI a little bit. They're really struggling. Those tight window throws like that, they just never able to pull them in. It hurts. Nobody's even going out to take a look at this guy. It's clearly in just the worst pain.
Fourth down.
Let's go get one.
One yard gained on the run.
Did he get it?
Number 27 with the tackle.
Okay, Jobcat ball. What a dominating performance.
Loss of yards on the run. Number 39 with the tackle. Timeout called by the defense. Second down.
And they're just going to knee this one out now. Alright, well, 2 interesting games there. Jobcats just absolutely murdering the River. I just think that proves how powerful the running backs are at this point. A 90 rated running back is single-handedly taking the worst team in the league to a winning record right now. The River, who have a competent quarterback that I made a legit playmaker, stuffed against a below average defense. I mean, I don't even say below average. This is a pretty terrible defense. Just weird logic again. They could have kneed out, I think, and just ended the game, but they kept hurrying up and kneeing it, which gave extra time in between plays. So now you're going to get a return here. Everybody has to stop.
Tackle made by number 25 on the defense.
I think for my next franchise, maybe I will make a guy that's just 6'7", 300-pound Derrick Henry monster type of running back. There's all these archetypes I wanted to test, and of course, like sitting here making teams, I'd edit all these players. I kind of just, my brain just goes numb at a certain point, so I just stopped.
Number 48 with the catch on the play. Tackle made by number 20 on the defense. First down.
Ready, set, go! Hold your gap, hold your gap!
Get this fucking guy. He wants a touchdown. Two scores late in the game kind of sour the score here. I mean, this was just a legitimate blowout.
The final score is home team 13, away team 23.
Yeah, let's get out. Get me out. This can't be right. There's no way that they only had 46 rushing yards. I don't know. I don't even know if the stats post-game are even kept correctly. We're going to advance, and we're going to take a peek at Week 10. Jobcats, Berserks, Tigers, man, these are all good games, except for this one. I don't care, and the Jobcats, Mammoths, we can kind of look past. So, Blizzard high-scoring affair against Jobcats stage incredible comeback, although they were never losing. Paxton's out for 6 weeks. Unfucking believable. Surprise win over the Mammoths. I wouldn't say it was a surprise since the Mammoths are the worst team in the league. I appreciate these panels, but they're just wrong a lot of the time. Leo Dietrich out 28 weeks due to injury. Okay. Alright, well, so how's this work? Can I... It's not available. Of course it's not. So how do we... I don't know. I'm really curious to see how they're going to do the... Let's just see. So we're not going to watch... For sure, we're not going to tune into Doom Lords Dark Tigers. The Tigers need to win here to... for sure stay in the playoff hunt. And they lost. Mammoths, Jobcats. I think I will sim this one. Will the Jobcats win? Because now I think they can jump the Dark Tigers. And they lost! No! So yeah, that's it. It's Storm, Berserks, and the Killers then. You know what, screw it. Let's just simulate these games. 31-22. Playoffs, bad luck, you failed, oh no. So the Jobcats were eliminated from the playoffs. Okay, so we could still spectate these games. So it's weird. Let's go back to the standings. So did it? I don't understand how it did that. So it's Blizzards, Berserks. Okay, standings. Blizzards and Berserks are in the same conference, so it's not conference based then, because the Blizzards should play the Berserks, but they're not. I don't know. I have no comment on how this game's logic works on some of this stuff. I mean, I have no clue. It looks like it just took the top records from both conferences, but then put the 1 versus the 4 or something. I don't fully understand what's going on. But yeah, here's your playoff outlook for next week. I'm going to sim these games, and we'll tune in. I'm probably going to put a link to these in Discord if anybody wants to check them out. I've seen there's some people that have been saying they would love to mod this game, but they don't allow that to happen currently. And I guess Axis is a game that allows people to mod their game, so it's just very weird. I don't know, like, I can't wait to actually be able to play this and dive in and make trades and do things. So yeah, I have money. I can basically upgrade my facilities and things, but unfortunately, that's not necessary. So, but yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I wanted to just jump in here quick and sim through a few games while I had a little bit of time. The playoffs again are set. We're gonna have Blizzard Gold Tigers, Berserks, Killers, the Dark Tigers, Mammoths, Jobcats just must have missed the cut, and the Doom Lords all out. So tune in for that. I will be back in a day or two to simulate the playoffs and get a champion crowned here in the first ever user league. Alright guys, that's it. I am out.